So this is how far I've come with the cardigan I am working on. I just started the sleeve, the first one, 2 days ago, because I felt like I need to knit the sleeves first so I can figure out how long I can make the cardigan. So the length will be determined by the amount of yarn I have. These sleeves turned out pretty massive, so I'm a bit unsure if this is a good idea, but I will knit one and then try it on to see what it looks like. So I just joined it in the round and knit a few rows. So this is the joined part underneath the second sleeve. So far it is really fun to knit. I really love the color changes and to think about what color comes next to make these kind of blurred lines that I also really like. The only thing that was a bit annoying was with this type of construction you start in the back and then you knit 2 sections to the front until you join underneath the arms. After I knit one of the sections, I realized if I want these parts to match, I have to count the rows of every color and then try to match the other one, which I did. So they're not identical, but you can't really notice a major difference between them. So now that I started one sleeve, the process is really fun because I can just decide on the go on what color I will use. But if I do the next sleeve and I want to match that one to the first one, I have to count the rows again and then be very aware of what color I use for how long. And I don't really want to do that because that kind of takes the fun out of it. So maybe I will just have 2 different pattern sleeves, which would be okay, I guess. So I think the perfectionist in me will have an issue with that, but maybe that's also like a healthy way to deal with that, is to prioritize the process and the fun while doing it, not the perfection of the finished garment. I don't know. But so far, this is a great project to work on. I'm not really sure if I have enough yarn. I thought I would have enough, but now that I've come some of the way, I'm not really sure if I can make it as long as I imagine it, but maybe it is also fine to have it shorter, because I really don't want to buy more of the yarn. So yeah, let's see. Everything is an experiment. So also, I got my new glasses, as you can see, and as you also maybe can see is that they have a bit of a tint to them. They're a bit darker than glasses usually are, so they have 12% brown tint to them because my eyes are extremely light sensitive and the world is just way too bright for me, and now I can just dim everything a bit down with these glasses, which is amazing. These are also prescription glasses because my eyes aren't perfect, but they're fine. Like, I don't really need glasses, but I'm better off with glasses. I always had times when I wore them and then I had times when I didn't wear them, and now I feel like with this bit of a tint and the darkening of the world, it is also motivation for me to actually wear them, and I also think they look really good. I feel very well educated if I wear them. They also sit very comfortably on my nose, which is also a pretty rare thing, because one might think that I have a nose where you can place things on top, because there's a lot of space where you can place things. But it isn't that easy. Like, I have this bump in this direction and it broke 2 times, and now it's a bit bent like in this way. So sometimes there are some glasses, if I wear them, they will just sit like this, and this one doesn't. It makes my face a bit more symmetrical, which is also nice. I just made a fire, maybe you can hear it, because today we had 13 degrees Celsius. Like, the maximum temperature is pretty cold, but it is also amazing. I feel so much better when the heat is gone and the sun is less strong, and I really feel autumn coming now. Some of the leaves are already turning yellow. I also just made some tea, and now I will just sip my tea, listen to my fire burning, and knit a few stitches on my cardigan and enjoy my evening. I'm doing some plant care now. I'm trying to make some hanger for some of my plants, and I also have to repot one or two of them, and I rooted some cuttings that I also need to put into soil. I haven't really done some plant care in a while because I downsized my plant collection by almost everything. So in my last apartment I think the peak number of plants I had was 170. That was excessive. It was a lot, but it was also amazing. I lived in a jungle. It was great, and I loved it, and I had to do a lot of plant chores then. But since I moved here, I only brought my favorite plants and also the plants where I know they won't suffer because of the lighting situation. Because I live on the ground floor, I don't have great lighting. So I only took around 20 plants with me. So I have some artificial lighting in my bedroom for my huge monstera and some other plants. And then I have 3 windows that are facing south, which sounds good, but because of the way that the house is built, it's still pretty dark. So I can't really have as many plants as I would like to have, but I'm trying to get back into caring for the ones that I have because they are a bit neglected maybe. So I'm going to do that today